Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Thursday Night Training. Tonight what we're going to talk about is last week we talked about positioning exercise, and that's figuring out who you are and what you bring to the table as far as your social media presence. But this goes deeper than that. This is who you are, period, as far as your business goes. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to go through one section pretty detailed, and if we have time we'll go through a second section as well, but we'll keep it short. I don't want to give you information overload here, but I want you to get kind of just thinking about what this is all about so that you can start to kind of think about where you see yourself as well. So I'm going to do screen share here, so hang on a second here. Let me find this form. I think it's this one. There. Present that to everybody. So I'm assuming that form should be on the screen now. And this is called a positioning exercise, okay? Basically, this is your online business plan or your company mission statement. So who you are and what you're all about, because when you're on social media, it's your face that's out there. And what is your face? Your face is your brand, right? And it's a matter of boiling this down to who you are, what you're all about, what you represent, what you bring to the table, and that sort of thing. So let's just go through this a little bit. In your ads, emails, and lead magnets, we can position you as an authority and an expert in your niche, okay? So, but you have to be very specific as to what you want to do, what you want to represent, how you want to represent it. So to figure out your positioning, here's this exercise here, okay? And this is the trainer that's put some of this information in here. So here's an example of her doing it. So what is your role? She's a client generation specialist and consultant. Okay. What is your magic power? Creating marketing funnels that generate high-paying clients on demand. So is that a good person to work with for us? Absolutely, right? So who do you service and what do you stand for? I service coaches, consultants, and professional service providers, and I stand for delivering value. So what do you stand against? Being salesy, hypey, and high pressure. So I think we're all kind of like that, right? None of us do the high pressure thing. None of us force anybody to do anything, because everybody hates that approach. That's not the right approach. So from that above, I can write a paragraph like this. So now you know kind of who's put this together. There she is. Princess Payche writes, Payche Edwards is known as the most sought-after client generation specialist to coaches, consultants, and professional service providers. She's famous for creating marketing funnels that generate high-paying clients on demand and deliver value without being annoying or salesy. So that's a very direct, right to the point blurb, right? So hopefully that all makes sense to you. So now, this is our turn to do the exercise. So below is an example of a husband's all. You should spend some time thinking about this and finishing up the exercise. Trust me, it'll pay off. So just so you know, this isn't an easy thing to do, because once you really got to put some thought into this and kind of think it through as you go. So myself, I kind of follow Tim's lead. I'm not Tim, so I can't be Tim, but I'm working towards becoming Tim. That's mini Tim. So here's this. What is your role? Sales and marketing strategist / consultant. What is your magic power? Strategies that develop more leaders and targeted leads that duplicate exponentially so you can make more money and have more free time. I like that strategy, don't you? Who do you service and what do you stand for? I service individuals, teams, businesses, and companies. I stand for innovative thinking that produces quality results. So this was written, sounds a lot more like Tim, right? Because this wasn't me, okay? This is Tim's example. Who do I service? Myself when I'm looking at things. At this point, individuals looking for a path to freedom. This is me. I stand for innovative thinking that produces quality results. As I do. So now this question comes up again. What do you stand against? High pressure tactics. We all like that, right? That's our team approach. We're not hypey. We're not high pressure. We're not salesy, none of that stuff. So this is kind of the fill in the blanks section. So you fill in your name here is known as the most sought after. What's the role here in the marketplace, whatever marketplace you're in? So he is famous for his magic power related to what you stand for without what you stand against. So this is Tim's direct quote here. Tim Edwards is known as one of the most sought after strategists and consultants in the direct sales industry. He is famous for delivering leadership strategies that duplicate success through innovative processes that get quality results without high pressure tactics. Kind of sounds like Tim, right? That's pretty direct, and it's pretty right where it should be. So the next quote underneath here says, obviously you don't have to use the word famous if that's too strong. I wouldn't use famous because I'm not. So we're not using that one. We'll tweak that to me. Okay, so reword the above to whatever makes you comfortable. So you get the idea of the exercise. It's to figure out your positioning. So it takes a little bit of time. So here's what I've written to this point. This is me. So I'm just going to use myself as an example. I'll probably be tweaking this as I go. It's kind of just like our visualizations, right? We narrow down the focus as we go. So right now I've got this. Mike Hansen is known as a strategist in the direct sales industry. He's passionate about developing leadership strategies that duplicate success through innovative processes that get quality results without high pressure tactics. And as far as I'm concerned, that is who I am. That's what I strive to be. So that's kind of the first section of this positioning exercise. So hopefully you're getting kind of an idea of what it's all about. So just like when you're starting a traditional business, you need a business plan, and you should always have a company mission statement. In this case, you are the business, you are the mission statement. So that's kind of what this boils it all down to. So let's just go over it again, just so you kind of have a highlight of everything again. So this is to figure out your positioning. So here's some exercises. Figure out what your role is. Okay. What is your magic power? What do you bring to the table? Who do you service, and what do you stand for? So you don't service anybody. It doesn't work that way. You're looking for certain clientele that you can bring into the fold, right? Help develop leaders, build businesses, and what do you stand for? What's your passion? What are you doing right? And what do you stand against? Like, what is it that just makes you go, oh, when you hear people do it, and it's something that you just don't like? So that's kind of that's the overview of this. So just some things for you guys to think about, and then you can start putting your own words into it. So don't be afraid to use the information that's in here and tweak it to make it yours, because that's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm being mentored by Tim, and I want to be mentored by Tim. I want to work with Tim. Tim was the person that I was looking for when I was building this business and looking for that right person to mentor and coach me. So that is who I model myself after. So that's why I took the information, as I said earlier, just kind of reworded it a bit, and I made it my own. So it's not 100% there, but it's getting close, and that's kind of what my focus will be. So you guys should just put some thought into that as well. Again, what's your role? What's your magic power? That's kind of like what you bring to the table. Who do you service, and what do you stand for? And then also, what do you stand against? Think of those things and just start slowly kind of putting things together. So that's kind of where we're going to leave it tonight. So next week what we'll do is we'll go over the 6-second elevator pitch, and we'll talk about that a little bit. So hopefully you'll have had some time to go over a bit of this, and then we can go to the next section. So hang on here, and I'll stop sharing. There we are. And Christina and Gina, I know you're kind of working on this as well. We're all kind of going through it. So don't have to give me examples of what you got written or anything like that, but just give me your thoughts on what you guys are thinking about this. Gina?
Well, I think you know, obviously this is an important exercise. Like you said, you need to know what you're all about and what you stand for. And I don't think I'd put it in those terms before I really thought about this. So it is it is a challenging exercise, but it's well worth it, I'm sure. And you could, like you said, it's not doesn't it's a finished product until you tweak it. So I think in some ways you can make it to such a big thing that you like use, you know, the fear that we're learning about and the mindset, and just do it, you know, just put it something down and play with it and chew on it. And, you know, I started thinking about who do I service or who do I want to attract. um, so I think it's a wonderful exercise, and I appreciate you training on it.
It is. It's cool stuff. When you really start to put some thought behind it, it's you look at it, and when I first saw it, I thought, oh man, I don't know. It's one of those things. It just takes time. Just put pen to paper or finger to keyboard, whatever you do, and just kind of you just work through it as you go. So thanks for that, Gina. Christina.
Yeah, this is great because it's helping you figure out what your niche or personal brand is, and what is your purpose, what you're going to do to, how you're going to serve your clientele, finding out what your stance is, moral ethics on business, and who you're willing to work with and who you don't want to work with. So I think this is a pretty good exercise. I think it's deeper than the surface shows. I think if people would fill the format, sleep on it, and then look at it later, maybe change their answers more than once before they make a solid statement on what they stand for. I think that this is a tool for us to get started on.
Yeah, absolutely, and it does. It really gets you thinking, and just like you said, the first thing you write down is probably going to get changed because once you start really putting the little hamster wheel starts running around in my head. It's I know that I'm. Ooh, hang on. What if? What is it? What is this? What's this? And am I really this person? Well, that's where I'm at, right? That's where I'm going. So it's a cool exercise to perform, and it really kind of gets you laser focused. You know, it all boils down to that, getting you laser focused onto to who you are, what you bring to the table, what you offer, what you do, and that's how you're going to attract the people that you want to work with as well. So it's a process, just like everything else. So you guys, if you're out there listening, just take some time and put some thought into it. And next week, like I say, we'll go to the next section, which is to figure out your 6-second elevator pitch, because I know mine's changed from what it was. So on that note, we'll kind of leave it there. So everybody have yourselves a great weekend, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks for your input, you guys. We'll see you later.